Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Was a way to start. How's it going out there, everybody? Round two here on a Sunday where the world is falling apart at our feet and we've decided not to play.
Yes, thanks for joining our rinky-dinky little show as the world burns.
Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, especially subscribe if you're new here. And share is a big one. Let people know it's a good place to hang out. Kind of helps.
This is what they call gallows humor?
Gallows humor?
Just wondering.
Go for it.
Oh, you want me to do another story?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're all in gallows humor at the minute.
Okay, apropos of nothing. In July of 1990, pop singer Madonna wore a Celta Vigo soccer team T-shirt during a concert at a stadium in Spain while performing during her Blonde Ambition tour. So this is 35 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Current.
This particular act delighted local fans who then began to claim that the Material Girl was one of their own, a fan of the home team. However, attempts by the team's management over the past 35 years to locate the same T-shirt so they could include it in their club's museum have proven to be unsuccessful. Last week, the club president published an open letter to the pop star for assistance in trying to find the shirt.
What did Torpedo Tits say?
Yeah, anyway, what the letter said, among other things, was, although ours was not the only football shirt you've ever worn on stage, this iconic image has grown to shine differently as the years have passed. Over time, we came to better understand what you stood for back then, questioning established norms and standing up for those who try to tell you what you can or cannot do. At our club, we recognize ourselves in this line of thought, and it is why we hold on to the hope of finding the garment that you once wore. The appeal has caused considerable commotion on social media, and Celta Vigo football team has now put her picture on the center of their playing field in the stadium, and they play Madonna songs before the game kickoff. Madonna's public affairs team has not responded yet.
Well, there's a reason why Madonna's team haven't responded. Because she also dressed up as Marie Antoinette, and the French government had a bit. Yeah, she had herself beheaded.
Do these people not know how this works? There's a long tradition of musicians wearing local sports jerseys and stuff to say, look.
I know. And I think it's cute that they want to find the jerseys so they can put it in the team museum. That's
been
great.
in a dumpster for 35 years. She didn't care.
But to me, what was the most hilarious part of this is the conclusion of that quote by the club president of, you stand for anti-establishment ideals, which we embrace at our football. It's just like, what the hell, dude?
Just kick the fucking football.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Score goals.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 2 goals. We know where the goal quotes were.
Well, Madonna gets a lot of she always did it her own way sort of stuff and blah, blah. But
only because the record label told her to.
Yeah. But it's even more than that, Doug. You remember when she first came out for Holiday, the song? That was her first song, I do believe. And she had like the fishnets and the little rips and tears and that very specific look.
Yeah, that she carried through to that movie. What was it? Yeah, Desperately
Seeking Susan. Yeah. That look was not Madonna's look. She took it from a club scene in the town she lived in where every chick that went to that same bar to party and get laid looked like that.
Yeah.
And she got so much, she just does it. No, that's just, it was never true. Maybe afterwards.
It's sort of like class trash.
Yeah.
And the name Material Girl kind of embraces the whole thing, which is all of this was done to amass personal wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing in this case. I mean, that's what a pop star does.
Yeah. Well,
but the fact that the football team and fans somehow think that this is all emblematic of the spirit of, rebelling against Real Madrid's established authority and everything. It's just like, dudes, you need to get yourself a better icon to worship.
Yeah. She left that T-shirt in the bloody dressing room and she walked out.
Yeah. Well,
I guarantee it.
She probably wiped somebody's off her body with it first and then threw it out after a show, right? After the show.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You got to find your idol somehow, I guess.
I guess
something to look up to.
Yeah.
Fuck else.
Yeah. So Trump came to office as Mr. Freedom of Speech and all that kind of stuff and blah blah and So
he's been doing everything he can to suppress freedom of speech since then.
Exactly. Well, FCC commissioner there, Brandon Carr, yesterday or the day before, whatever it is now, he just approved Nexstar Media Group's $6.2 billion takeover purchase of Tegna, and the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, had to grant a waiver that let this happen because it goes over the national limit on station ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that whole thing.
It's a good conservative group, and they're going to make sure that only one message is ever sent to the American people. That's important.
Well, that's exactly it, because Trump endorsed this merger. It was a big deal for him. He says, we need more competition against the enemy, in all caps. The fake news national TV networks. Letting good deals like this one with Nexstar Tegna will help knock out the fake news because there will be more competition and at a higher, more sophisticated level. Not competition in the way that competition is better for the market and therefore the viewer, customer, consumer, whatever. It's competition against left. This is all about political ideologies. It has nothing to do what's better for the American people, except to make sure that Trump has enough outlets to get his message through.
Well, that's important.
Unbelievable that, I mean, I know it's not unbelievable because it's Brendan Carr, and we already know him at the helm of the FCC is garbage at best and horrific at worst. But to hear them dress this up as if it's a good thing to destroy the real balance in media, to make it so that the hard right MAGA message is losing popularity, so it's fair to have them break the rules with the FCC and own more stations so that their message can be balanced. It's unbelievable.
It's kind of funny though, because I think Trump's going to have to like create his own news network, because every time the press get in front of him and they ask him a difficult question, it's always like, fake news, you're the worst, you're the worst reporters out there and we don't like you. Yeah. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be his bestie friend. They just ask him a difficult question, and as soon as that happens, they're done.
Exactly. Exactly. It's really, really bad. But now that the FCC has somebody in charge that will bow to Trump 100%, the idea of fake news and election interference and propaganda and stuff is very, very dangerously close to fascist levels, North Korea levels. I mean, that's what he's trying to do.
Kind of interesting that Doge didn't cut the FCC.
Yeah.
I wonder why they let that one go.
Yeah. Interesting point, Dunk. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, I see this as really bad, really bad. Those rules were in place for a reason. And we'll see how it goes, but I think we know how it goes. And here's the thing, too. You've got these people like, what is it, Ellison there that's doing the whole deal, trying to get CNN under his thing and whatnot, right? After you get a situation where you have a midterm and Trump loses some power, or he tries to block the midterms. Who knows how that's going to play out? But eventually, the Democrats can't hold on to power without true illegal motions and actions and stuff. So you have a situation where the Democrats get their turn and take power back. If the message coming through mainstream media is predominantly MAGA based, like Fox News and stuff, but now spread onto more and more sites, outlets, and whatnot, I can only imagine how the lower IQ people, like, sorry to use the Trump thing, but they'll never know what's coming or going. They won't understand anything. It's really, and that's ownership that lasts and lasts and lasts. You can't vote Ellison out of CNN.
Well, what you can do, though, and I don't know the details, I'm not a lawyer, but it would strike me that would be something you could hit them with an antitrust suit, which would force them to break up that merger.
Okay, yeah. I wonder if that's where we have to go, right?
I'm sure something like that will have to happen if this stuff continues to go on, because you're basically creating giant monopolies.
Yes. And based on political ideology, not just financial gain, which is even more dangerous.
Well, I'm not a lawyer either. I don't know what kind of law court that will end up in. Is it going to be like a Department of Justice that is owned by Trump?
Yeah, that's kind of makes no difference. Yeah, it's the DOJ which would file an antitrust suit.
Yeah. Here we go.
So they won't.
Exactly. Yeah. Here, Trump news coming to a TV near you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, that's what he's wanting. That's what he's wanting for sure.
He looks quite healthy there.
Well, the AI de-aged him 40 years, so well. That's why I'm trying to get us our own AI so it doesn't lie like that. You know, there's nowhere near enough turkey neck on that sorry ass sack of shit in that picture. But
am I the only one that clicks on the on BBC News each morning to see if he's fucking dead or not?
CTV News or CBC here, but yes, you know. Yeah. You know, different acronyms, same action.
Oh, that would be such a great state funeral. Everybody's like pissing on the car as it drives past. Good riddance, you fucker.
Well, it'll become a national day of celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Ewoks dancing in the forests.
Banging on ice helmets.
Don McLean will have to rewrite the song "The Day the King Died."
but then in 10 years,
shit didn't died.
Then in 10 years' time, you have like some sequel movie where somehow Trump has come back.
Oh no! Oh no! It'd be like Freddy Krueger just keeps coming back.
Oh. A bad case of herpes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Trump, it just ends up like luggage. It's something a family can't get rid of, you know. Where else do we go here? I don't want to get anything too insane, but we do have some other stuff to get into. There's an interesting thing here. Zelensky, some Ukraine news talking about some possible missile shortages, production times, and how much they're getting used and stuff. Did you see this, Commander?
No, but I'm aware that there were production issues.
Yeah, he was saying,
it's not just Ukraine. It's also Russia's having enormous problems with it, too.
Yeah. We got to hope that they have serious problems.
I suspect Iran is.
Yeah.
Of course, they have a very large stockpile that they built up over the years.
Yeah.
Knowing that should it come to a shooting war, that one of the first things that would happen would be to have their production facilities go up in smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, because Zelensky was talking about, how he figures, judging by the numbers, the U.S. is producing around 65-ish Patriot missiles a month. And on the first day of the Middle East war, 103 were already used.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're having...
Those numbers don't work long term.
And we're having serious issues, too, with Patriot interceptors.
Yeah.
I think... I can't remember if it's like 20 or 30 a month is the entire production capability we have.
Wow.
And we're shooting off 20 or 30 in a single set of engagements.
Yeah, holy.
Could this be like a World War II thing where like an American industry just steps up and just starts manufacturing these things on, in multiple plants? Or is the technology just too intricate to do that?
It's a combination of it being
it's not like building aluminium frame, B-17s in the factory. This is it's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a combination of the cost. It's expensive, so
Oh, Trump doesn't care.
Well, yeah, but you've got to raise that taxes somewhere.
Yeah.
And, that was the one thing he was elected on that, allegedly he's delivered.
Yeah. Well, like the no
taxes. I don't know if that's true, but nonetheless, that's what they're claiming.
Yeah.
The thing I think that's the big problem is that we've kind of hinged all our air defense plans on that one system. There are others, but that's the one that we really think about in terms of operational use to stop enemy missile and drone attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes so little sense to shoot $1 million a copy missile at a drone that costs 20 to 30,000.
Yeah.
The economics don't make sense. And Ukraine has kind of figured that out. So they're using cheap interceptor drones. They're also using old style anti-aircraft guns.
Yeah.
One of the systems that they're most pleased with that they received from the Germans is the Gepard system, which is a radar controlled 30 millimeter twin aircraft battery on an old Leopard 1 chassis.
Right.
And, that makes sense. You fire off a couple $100 worth of anti-aircraft shells to take out that drone. And now you're on the winning end of the cost for effectiveness.
Yeah.
Well, there's also that like the Dragonfire laser thing that the British have slightly created, and it's just like just a few quid per shot, but that's not in production. That's still under development, and it's like it's not happening fast enough.
We have what used to be the Stinger. We still have that. Then they have the Avenger, which is basically a set of 2 quad block Stinger launchers.
Okay.
And the trouble is range on those kind of things. So if you want to protect critical sites, you need to put a couple systems of that sort around the site. And you're still looking at, there's a cost associated with it. But the U.S. defense industry typically likes to do lots of high-end purchases, even if it's only for 1 or 2 items.
Right.
As opposed to lots of low-end purchases for dozens or hundreds of, cheaper systems.
Right.
And that's kind of the way the system is built up, because the argument is that if it comes to a crisis, it's easy to tool up those cheaper systems once is done, but the lead time on constructing a much more expensive and larger, more complex system is so high that you need to buy all those before you actually go to war.
Right.
You follow the logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also kind of like a money. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say that I think that's one of the things that drone warfare has changed is going to have to force a change to that kind of thinking, because you're going to need to have lots of cheaper systems to stop drones.
Yeah.
Because it obviously makes no sense to be shooting $1 million missile to take out that cheap drone.
Right.
And that's kind of where we are right now.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up the shitty thing about government contracts. People during, in the war machine can make money hand over fist, and they much rather do it over the expensive systems than the cheaper systems.
People like to pretend and act like that's something that's recent, only since Vietnam or something, which is BS, because you go back literally to the American War for Independence and profit making by the people who were supporting the military at that time. Was a big deal, and was the pork barrel spending is a term that was literally coined in the American Civil War, because it was inflated prices for buying a barrel of salt pork.
Right. Right. Speaking of which, Commander, I was thinking about this just the other day. I was watching an episode of that the Cars That Built America series, and they were at America entering World War II, and how one of the guys that was working with the big three became a military guy and kind of went around and said, look, you work for us now. You work for us now. And there wasn't any real fight. Like the companies all, it's the 40s, it's all America and patriotism and black suits and white shirts and ties. And I was thinking to myself, what would happen right now if America just said, okay, GM, Ford, Stellantis and stuff, you're working for us. We're doing blah, blah. I'm figuring lawsuits are flying and blah, blah,
Well, again, it's a matter of cost. And one of the reasons it worked in World War II is because with the directive that you work for us now was also and here's the large check we're handing to you for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that in today's world as well if you wanted to. But the problem is so much of the industrial base has been migrated overseas.
Yeah.
And so we very consciously have to, we being the DOD, has to very consciously go out and say, we can't allow this plant in Michigan to shut down because it is literally the only plant left in the US that is capable of producing vehicles of this size or with this heavy an engine base because it's driving in a tank or something.
Yeah.
And so those are industries which are very specifically reserved and supported by the government, not so much in terms of defense outlays, but they get special tax breaks and everything to keep that industry extant here in the US. And from a naval standpoint, that's one of the reasons we've had so many problems with shipbuilding.
Yeah.
Is because the number of shipyards still capable of producing complex ships has shrunk to like one or two.
Yeah. And that's not what you need if conflict arises, right?
Yeah.
It's like the British Navy has only got like 50% of the ships they had 30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think
but again, this is all based on the potential of a bullshit war that we shouldn't be in.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, man.
I mean, it could help the economy in so many ways and kill it on so many others.
I want to point something out, and I'll segue this again into a story I have.
Cool.
That kind of shows this is not unique to just the US.
Yeah.
So, for example, this particular story, the city of Osaka, Japan, recently received an anonymous gift of 46 pounds of gold bars.
What?
Yeah.
Worth over $3.5 million.
He likes surprises.
Yeah, from an anonymous donor who asked that the funds be used for a very specific purpose to repair the dilapidated municipal water pipe system.
Ah.
It's a staggering amount of money from an individual donor. I was rendered speechless, said Mayor Hideyuki Yokomiya. He promised that the city will respect the donor's wishes and use the gift for waterworks projects. Most of Osaka's public infrastructure was rapidly rebuilt in the post-war period and is now showing its age. And because it was rapidly rebuilt in the post-war period, it was not built to perhaps the highest standard. It was just get something in place after U.S. strategic bombing leveled everything.
Right.
So, concern over the city's water systems was highlighted last year after 92 cases of severe water pipe leaks occurring under city roads, including one in which a massive sinkhole swallowed a truck, killing the driver.
Wow.
Now,
They sure it wasn't Godzilla?
Yeah, exactly. Remember how much I said this one guy donated, okay? This is the key part that you need to listen to. Municipal planners estimate that there are approximately 160 miles of water pipe that need to be replaced in the Osaka system. And the cost for that is around $3 million a mile.
Oh,
So, in other words, the donation that was given is enough to repair one of the 160 miles that need to be replaced.
wow.
Okay. That's where we are in this country.
Holy.
We have huge amounts of crumbling infrastructure, bridges, water pipes, sewer pipes, all sorts of stuff across the country that's falling apart because we've neglected it for so long.
Right.
And at the same time, how much money do we keep sinking into these huge defense appropriations to build all of this stuff, which is now being, let's be honest, wasted?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I think people don't realize. We've only been in this war for what, 2 weeks so far?
Yeah. And
the expense is already in the vicinity of something like $8 billion.
Just think of how many people could still have health care with that money.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the things that we as a country need to decide at some point we should prioritize.
But
And this gets back to the whole thing of what Trump has done that's been so destructive. We used to have national defense borne largely on the shoulders of collective defense treaties and alliances that we had around the globe. In less than a year, the orange shit gibbon is effectively destroyed most of that.
Yeah.
Which means we're probably going to be compelled to spend more and more and more to replace and enhance our military systems because we've just alienated all our damned allies that we could depend upon to back us in the case of real existential threats.
Yeah, yeah. You know, before Trump,
as I said earlier, you know, we're dealing with a guy who, up until a year ago, I would have said Vladimir Putin's the worst strategist in world history. No, I think Putin is now relegated to second place.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a genius.
Orange God King has now become the worst strategist in world history.
I'd like to see Putin and Trump play a game of Risk and watch nobody ever win.
Yeah, but it'd be good at Monopoly.
I'm going to hole up here in Australia and you can't get me.
Shoot, what was I going to say? Lord Thunder and Jesus. I pulled
Something
the dummy.
Something important.
Yeah, because I only forget the important things and then
it
blither
was
the bullshit, right? Yeah,
It was going to solve all world problems.
Yeah, exactly. I had it all figured out and it was gone.
See, the other thing as well is, you know, you talk about Trump and the money that's being wasted on the military. We say wasted, you know, for them it's not wasted, but you know, he's also the guy who's suing his own treasury.
Yeah.
For how much was it? Like 10 billion
trillion? Yeah, like
quadrillion.
Yeah. You know,
for you know, is being investigated for tax.
Yeah,
invasion.
because he's a criminal.
Yeah,
right.
So again, money is just getting siphoned. It's just like all the money in the United States is just going through his pocket,
right to his crypto.
Yep, exactly. You know, so it's mind-boggling to watch it happening in real time. That, you know, what used to be the world's greatest nation, at least if you want to measure it in terms of industrial output and such, collapsing in on itself.
Yeah. Commander, how long ago was it that if America had called on the phone and said, hey, Canada, we need your help in a conflict, we would have dropped the phone and ordered people into service on that spot. Not that long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Try that now, Trump.
It's not that long ago, because look at what happened with Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I mean, all the countries that sent troops to serve in Afghanistan alongside U.S. forces.
Yeah.
And there was a consensus that, this costs us enormously, but we're willing to do it because it's the right thing to do. It needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Try doing that, something of that level again today, which is kind of what's happening with the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
It's like we being the globe, desperately need to have that shipping channel reopened.
Yesterday.
This moron has done such a great deal of alienating everybody against us that they're all going, yeah, guess what? Here's our answer.
Yeah. And the thing is, you've got Canada and a few countries right now, Commander. They're talking about, yes, we are going to help get the Strait of Hormuz open, but they are all saying in the same sentence, we will not participate in the war.
Help open it. You need to stop the fighting.
Exactly.
And he isn't going to want to do that because, like Netanyahu, he needs to have that thing to motivate people to continue to think that he's the only one that can save them.
Epstein files.
Yeah, exactly.
Release the Epstein files because you need a distraction from the Iran war. Here you go. Look, here's some statistics for you, because like the United States has been involved in some form of conflict for approximately 94% of its history since 1776. Wow. That means the nation has only spent a small fraction of its existence, roughly 7%, at peace. That's 234 years out of its 250 years since its founding. And obviously, the cost of billions of taxpayers' dollars. That's why they can't spend money on infrastructure, education, healthcare, alleviating poverty.
Wow.
That's one of the weird things about American politics, is that there's a significant portion of the American public that will cheerfully, at the national level, vote for however large an increase you want to make for the Defense Department. Yeah, we're good with that. And on a local level, for law enforcement, we'll vote for that. But for social programs, things that actually help actual Americans' lives, and it's like, hell no, we can't do that. That's socialism.
Yeah. Who wants to put money into mental health?
Rule on earth.
There's so many cases where the Europeans and such have shown that a healthy populace that is properly taken care of contributes, spends, and whatnot more. And as such, the whole nation as a whole is better off. The idea of not having proper basics like healthcare and stuff is the stupidest mistake in the modern day and age a country can make. It's unbelievable. And there's only one word for it: greed.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the billions just being chucked around in the United States, and nobody's got a penny to rub together.
Yeah. Unbelievable. How about we flip this for a second? Because I got something funny that I want to bring up. I don't know if it's funny. Is it pathetic? I'm not even sure. But
you say it, I'll make it funny.
All right. So Facebook is really feeling the pressure from like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and whatnot. So if you are on a competing platform to Facebook and you have 1 million subscribers, all you have to do is get a hold of Facebook right now. sign up to their little program, and they'll pay you $3,000 American a month just to start posting your content on Facebook as well.
Yes. Let's do it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The amount of money being thrown around just to keep eyes on a platform the way it is. It shows you how valuable the advertising and all that stuff truly is in the background. And it's not just the ads that you see, but it's all the data they collect from us as the people watching and stuff that makes it truly valuable, to the point where all you have to do is show them that you're a 1 million subscriber YouTuber and you get an extra $3,000 a month just for posting your videos on Facebook as well. What an absolute joke. Come on.
So please make sure you're subscribed. We need to get to that million.
Yeah, exactly. I want my 3K, baby. We need that money so bad.
Just share.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Fucking greedy bastard.
I'm greedy when there's nothing. So we got 2 shout outs to make here. Number 1, Ken Vet comes in giving out a Shills membership, and it should be giving to Ken, not Ken giving out, because it's Ken Vet's birthday. Woo! Happy birthday, Ken Vet. He's been watching our channel since, I don't know, I think since conception. So everybody say happy birthday to Ken Vet in the chat there.
Good
to see you, man.
I'll get in touch with you in the morning. I'll shit you out a cake.
A fruit salad. That would be impressive.
You won't need candles. It will just burn by itself.
Yeah. Oh, that's just the heat rising from it. Oh, that's funny. And Carl Jacobson in the chat as well, doing the member shout out. 20 months already? Yeah, man, it is 20 months. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ken Vet's in for 23 months. Look at that. And it's a day after his birthday. Well, fuck. We weren't live yesterday, or we would have said happy birthday to you, buddy. But happy birthday, Ken.
It's day after B Day. B Day was like 2 days before D Day, I think.
Is it blowjob day?
No, it's usually to go check the beaches. You know,
oh, okay. Yeah. So spring break.
I don't think that's what they called it in Normandy.
Yeah, not quite. Everybody hit the beach with a 12-pack. Yeah.
Where's the chicks? Let's have a wet t-shirt contest.
Well, speaking of which, did you hear what's going on in it's one of the big spring break locations. A place that's super popular. I can't remember the name offhand, but all hell broke loose during this year's spring break. And there's now people promoting laws. There's a curfew right now. Everybody under 19 years old has to be at home by 8 o'clock because it turned into chaos, almost rioting and stuff. And
Fort Lauderdale or something.
Yeah, it could have been. I think some people in the chat, I think Daytona Beach, it might have been, but it was unbelievable what happened. And there's all these people being interviewed in, the man on the street interviews and whatnot. And they're like, yeah, I remember doing spring break when I was, 30 years ago or whatever, when I was in a college, high school, and we didn't have to destroy town to do it. What the hell's wrong with you people?
It does seem to every year. It just seems to get
worse
more
and worse,
more out of hand.
Yeah. These,
it's like that. I think it's an Eagles song with the line "Make some place paradise, kiss it goodbye." And that's so true. I mean, I knew people who were regulars. They were actually on the board for the Burning Man Festival.
Oh, right.
And about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't remember, they finally said, "The hell with it. I'm not doing this anymore. It's no longer fun. It's completely changed. We used to, everybody, before we went home, everybody get together. We cleaned the whole place up.
Mm-hmm.
And after we left, you could barely tell that anybody'd been there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just mountains of trash.
Yeah. And if they're not burning a real man, they're not interested.
Yeah.
It's just
no respect, absolute chaos. I remember, like, I'm in my 50s, right? I remember being like a teenager out partying and into my 19, 20, and so on and whatnot. And we never turned around as we were leaving the party space to go, oh my God, what a mess we've left. Fuck it. You know what I mean? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to house parties and actually taking my shoes off at the door.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy, man.
Using coasters.
I always am amused with people who come over to our house and, oh, should we take our shoes off? And we're looking around going, with 2 or 3 Malamutes in this house? No, it's kind of a waste of time. It's already trashed. Don't worry.
Yeah. Protect your socks. Never mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always tell people, don't take your shoes off. You'll only drag the dirt out.
Yeah. It ruins the driveway. I have to sweep,
Well, I'll use that as a segue for the next story on where people's minds have degenerated to.
Oh, hold on. I have a sound effect for that.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's about right. 2 teens in Wellington, New Zealand, mistakenly, I put that in air quotes, mistakenly, left a knapsack containing 43 grams of marijuana, an air pistol, which is illegal for teens to possess without being under direct adult supervision, and $3,700 in cash at a donation area outside a charity shop. A volunteer noticed the aroma, opened the pack, and police were called. The teens were waiting for their car to be serviced at a nearby garage and had left the bag outside the shop, thinking that nobody would find that on them, so they'd be safe if somebody did that. They became highly agitated when they returned to the store and were unable to find the knapsack. Police, already on scene because of the charity shop's call, investigated and found more cash, a police scanner in the teen's car. Oops. They were arrested. No further details were provided because of New Zealand's very strict rules about reporting cases that are pending hearing in youth court. So I thought this was interesting in context with what we were just talking about in terms of the general lack of ability to think things out that seems to be prevalent in certain areas of the world these days.
Very.
I don't mean areas of the world in terms of country. I mean within
mindsets.
Mindsets of some people.
So the thing is, are we just getting to that age group now? We're getting so old and go, oh, the fucking youth of today.
Those dumb kids. No, I don't think it's necessarily that. I'm sure there are plenty of older people that do stupid stuff like that too. But I mean, it goes back to what you were talking about with the what was it? YouTube gives people $3,000.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah.
You've got 1 million subscribers. Except once you get to that level of subscription, you're already getting income from product endorsements and such.
Yeah.
Even if all you're doing is doing YouTube videos of you're putting makeup on, makeup companies will pay you
huge,
20, 30 grand a year if all you do is make sure you say, and I use this brand of makeup.
Oh, yeah.
I watch them all the time.
Well, Commander, I know this is prevalent in a lot of areas, but from my own personal experience, in the automotive section of social media videos and whatnot, it's amazing what they get away with for sponsorships in the videos now, because you always have your main, today's sponsor is blah, 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 but then they go, oh, and we've got to put in the best AMSOIL there is to clean this engine. Well, that's a sponsorship. And then they, oh, and so-and-so hooked us up with tires and,
they're carefully drinking this brand of soda or iced tea or something.
Exactly.
Always make sure that the logo is turned towards you when they're drinking.
Exactly. There's so much of it loaded in there. Like
like the Wayne's World bit, it just the product placement.
Yeah, exactly. There's one guy, Alex, Legit Streetcars, on YouTube. And he's a really good mechanic. He was a master mechanic for Mercedes for a while and stuff. He really knows what he's doing. But at the same time, as a YouTuber, he really knows what he's doing, because I usually count 6 or 7 sponsored things in each video at least. And if you do the math on that, on a video that makes about 1 million views or so, I wouldn't doubt that he's at the very minimum making $20,000 to $25,000 American on that videos alone for sponsorship.
Bastard.
Right? Yeah. So you put the YouTube ad revenue, your sponsorship and whatnot thing into there, and 1 million viewed video for him is probably $25,000 to $30,000. Right?
Well, we should just talk about our sponsor tonight, Anal-Ease.
No, but the reason I was bringing that up is Facebook dangling $3,000 in in one of these people's face to come over is
because Facebook is now in competition.
Yeah, but hold on.
All these other companies.
Right, but the thing is $3,000 is not enough money for one of these YouTubers to take the risk of splitting their audience and then lowering the value of those subscriptions because they're no longer getting the views on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, I don't see this working for Facebook at all. There's nowhere near enough money. I know it sounds strange, but it's true. There's nowhere near enough money in it for somebody to risk their viewership like that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe it works on the smaller channels, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's where they should be doing this, They should be saying, look, right?
Hey, Zuckerberg, listen to us.
Yeah. Just like
there's $10.
Yeah. 25. Come on.
The other part of that I think that's worth considering is that if you're a large producer, that money is probably going into your personal account for your living expenses and so forth.
Yep.
For a smaller user, money that they get of that sort is probably being put back into improving the quality of their production to attract more viewers.
Exactly.
Which creates a kind of a layering on effect for YouTube or Facebook or whoever, because it makes more people want to watch it, as opposed to if you've already got a massive audience and they've already got all these sponsorships, giving them additional money is not going to necessarily increase the attractiveness or the quality of the product.
Yeah. Plus there's the side where do the advertisers see Facebook as worthy as YouTube and stuff? Because YouTube has that whole auction thing where the ads, it's very hard to explain, but not every YouTuber gets paid the same for the ads. It's nowhere close, right? We get fuck all, whereas somebody else doing the same ad will get a lot more, right? So, we're close to our time here. We've got Garth in the chat there. Garth McNeil giving out a super shout out here. Eat Rex beans, fit for a queen. I like it. Hey, thanks, Garth. Very cool indeed.
I got something here because I want to bring Commander's opinion in on this one. It's about the aircraft carrier, Jerry Lewis, I think it was called. No,
Jerry Ford, whatever.
The Ford. It seemed to have a problem recently where they've been out for 9 months at sea and they've come to their
end to that.
Yeah, well, they've been to their end of their tour, and they've now been given like an extra 3 months added on to that. And all of a sudden, there's a fire in the laundry room, and the ship now has to leave the Middle East and to effect repairs. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this with Dick the other day, and I was thinking, well, this sounds like a little bit of naval crew sabotage. What do you think about that story?
We know there was stuff being done because
the toilets were blocked for
because people were flushing uniform items down there to clog the system. It would not surprise me in the least if this was an act of sabotage. I mean, you can push people so far before they start pushing back. And more to the point, when you get extended for something that is, in your view, a necessary part of national defense, if you're doing something, Japan hits Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Guys who were on those ships didn't come home for over 3 years. And there wasn't a whole lot of complaining. They understood what they were doing was a mission that they signed up for, as service members.
Yeah, we're not talking pilots. We're not talking about pilots in the RAF that were out there to every single fucking day on the Battle of Britain and having to go up the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. This is not the same.
Multiple times a day. Yeah. And people will do that when they see that the sacrifice that they're making has value to things that they hold dear, as opposed to, in this case, you're not even supposed to be out there beyond, your 6 or 7 months, and you get extended and extended and extended again. And what you're doing really is not for the good of the country, it's for the good of the president's political career.
Yes.
Yeah. That must be morale destroying.
People are infuriated.
Well, because
you're looking at being gone for more than a year.
Yeah.
Think of all the marriages that are being ended because
people that haven't seen their first child yet and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
The reason why I find this interesting, because I had this conversation. We had this conversation a while ago when I was asking you about whether captains of ships could just basically insurrect and just not follow Trump's orders. In this instance, it kind of relieves the captain of any responsibility because it's not his fault. I mean, even though it might have been his idea.
Probably sympathetic.
Yeah. And they'll just go, fuck it, do it. And do you think we're going to see more of this in the US Navy or the military across the board, where just people just gum up the work so they don't have to follow these orders, and they are illegal orders, let's face it.
And I totally get that it's against regulations, it's against the UCMJ, it's you're violating your oath, but people are willing to endure a lot, to sacrifice even their lives for a greater cause. But when you no longer perceive that what you're doing is being appreciated, and in fact is being ridiculed by the people that are sending you out there to do it, the loyalty starts to evaporate. And, this is from the same man who we know dodged the draft by faking medical situation.
Yeah, he figured out how to get out of Vietnam.
Yeah, and we know has commented openly that people who join the military are suckers, and people who die in service of their country are losers, who hasn't had the courtesy to show up for, over half the people that are brought back to Dover Air Force Base.
Oh, without wearing a baseball cap.
Yeah, well, I don't want to take my hat off it. I might get a sunburn, and my hair might get blown back.
It's my merch. I need to promote it.
Yeah. He's such. And when that starts happening, you start understanding why. And this is not unique to U.S. personnel.
Mhm.
We're seeing this kind of thing going on with the Russian troops who are deserting in large numbers, committing suicide in large numbers.
Totally, man.
And the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that the Russian government, to save money, is handing out pamphlets at the front instructing their soldiers that rather than surrender, they should kill themselves. Because if you surrender, then you might get exchanged, and then
actually get to go back home.
Kill yourself, then your heirs are not eligible for any of your survivor benefits, and we save money that way. And they actually issue instruction manuals on how to kill yourself.
What?
Yes.
Guys, once a month, I think to myself after a show, I can't believe I learned that fact is a fact in life.
Yep.
That just happened. That just happened.
We can look at this in Russia and say, well, it's the Russians. We kind of expect this.
True.
If we continue down the road that we're currently proceeding with the orange shit gibbon,
fuck, we're only miles away.
We're barely a mile away from it. Yeah, we're going to have that same kind of mentality for our military of, we don't want to pay survivor benefits, so just kill yourself so we don't have to worry about it.
So they're going to scuttle their own ships.
Oh, no.
That's a really weird hybrid uniform there.
Yeah.
Part Russian, part British, part American.
It's what happens if NATO actually stayed together.
I don't think it's a real photo.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. That's Alchemist in the background giving me some toys. We went over our hour mark, but at this point, nobody gives a fuck. So what are you gonna do?
I still have one stupid story to share.
Who cares? Go for it. We threw the clock at the wall. It's broken.
The doomsday clock.
Yeah.
And again, for some reason, this kind of segues from what you were talking about recently.
I don't have enough clown jokes in the background for this stuff now.
A Texas oil worker posted a podcast about how his side job as a handyman turned into a sex service business that netted him around $750,000 a year. Apparently, he built up quite the clientele of frustrated wives of oil industry executives. He claims that the state's repressive sexual attitudes have given his gig added impetus. Quote, there's an inherent kind of self-denial in West Texas. We all have these thoughts, but we lie to ourselves and try to conform to how we're supposed to behave in public by repressing our own pleasure. Handyman said he arrived at this opinion following numerous post-coital conversations with his clients. Starting out as a legitimate home repair service, such as fixing leaky faucets.
Commander, is this hold on.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Is this the script to a porno or what?
Yeah.
I know. You'd think it was. Anyway, starting out as a legitimate home repair service, fixing leaky faucets, handing window shutters, etc. He said that he was often interrupted, sometimes aggressively, while performing the repairs by neglected housewives who wanted sex. He figured out that this was not just him alone, because his clients were always paying him exactly the same amount, even though he had never asked for a specific amount.
What?
Leading him to suspect that there was already quite an active subculture in the local area for men offering such services.
Oh, I could clean your drains, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, $10 is $10.
$10, 10 inches, whatever. Anyway, if you want to get to be internet popular, there's a way to start.
Oh my God.
Thing is this cash in hand, or does he have to declare it in taxes?
That's a good question.
So the road to OnlyFans goes through the handyman?
I do remember that in states like Kentucky and Tennessee where there were dry counties, in other words, you could not purchase alcohol. At tax time, you'd see the government would pay for and put up billboards that said, "Bootleggers, do not forget to pay your taxes." Because that's how many of them were getting caught.
Yeah.
And the state was more interested in getting the tax revenues than it was in arresting people and having to put them in jail and then have to pay for their upkeep in jail. Think about that.
Yeah, totally.
Can I clean your gutters, ma'am?
When Debbie Does Dallas becomes a corporate training video, you know something's odd.
Yeah.
It's funny because it just made me start thinking about the drainage situation in my house. So,
Oh, well, shit, guys. That's funny as hell. We should probably throw it in the bag so the episode isn't too long because, the longer they get, YouTube gets a little finicky
Or to
these
generate
days.
into even more bizarre stories.
Yeah. Pretty soon.
The longer that it gets, the more money you get.
Yeah. Pretty soon, this is going to be an English translation of a Rammstein song, man. So let's see, Dunk. Any last words before that could be a loaded question tonight? I don't know.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I do remember the story about a whorehouse that was on a railway carriage. That was in between two states, and the laws were different on each side of the state. So when they do their whoring on one side of the state, and then push the carriage over to the other side, so they could do their whoring then. Yeah.
Okay, you get a second viewing.
Hello,
Goodbye.
River. Hi, River. Hello, River. I remember when you were like the size of your own head.
Yeah, exactly.
If you were in China, that would be in a zoo dressed as a panda.
When Daddy's in here, she doesn't like the little space heater I have. She stands outside and whines at me. Come out and play. I don't want to come out.
Well, we got to get you one of those ones that look like the old Rads, like the Forest Oil ones, because they're quiet, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Puppy'd like it better. But let's do a big shout out here to the team. We got Mexi Girl tonight, PJ CNET, Shayna Caldwell, Chris Lundy, AI Alchemist, Jose, and Super Chat Matt. Thanks, everybody. Without the team, you're properly screwed trying to do this stuff on YouTube. What do you guys think?
We're screwed anyway.
Yeah, but not properly. It's there's a distinction there, right? So if you're new here, or if you're you refound us, or however it goes with that damn algorithm,
leave a comment. Leave a comment in the chat.
There you go.
No, not in the chat. In the comment.
In the comment section. Yeah. Come back around when the comment section opens.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of like the popcorn booth at the movies. You got to wait for it to open. It's weird. Why doesn't that there now? But yeah, hit a like, hit share, hit subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Huge thanks to all of our supporters, shout-outers, and donators, and members, and all that stuff. And especially you all for watching.
Yeah. Give us all your dogging stories. Your favorite dogging stories in the comments.
Yeah. Don't tell us where the condom lands. Just tell us the other part, okay? And big shout out to Ken Vitt again on his birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow, it's getting sexy around here, fellow babies.
Who is it? Oh, I better stop that.
Good night, everybody.
I haven't got the energy. Good night.
Or the hosiery. We're done.
Stay steady.